Hey everybody, so today we have a new tutorial for you. We're working on creating a train wheel for a toy train. We're going to use some skills that you probably already know, like extrude, revolve, trim, offset, plane. We're going to use the arc, line selection, and some color and material changes. Honestly, it's a lot easier than it looks. So let's go ahead and get to this. So we have a brand new part studio that I have open up here, and we're going to start off with the front plane, and I'm going to open up a new sketch on it right here, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start with a center point rectangle, and of course I did not put the center point rectangle in place. Use the wrong one, but again, center point rectangle, boom. And we're going to dimension this to the following measurements. We're going to make it 25.4 millimeters long. So 25.4 millimeters long. And then the other one is going to be 6.35 millimeters. So this one is going to be 6.35 millimeters. 6.35 millimeters. And that is the beginning of our train right here. Let me just zoom in a little bit on that. And I'll show you that the dimension is set correctly. Now, if you press the D key on your keyboard, automatically sets up the dimension. And we want to have this at 25.4 millimeters. There we go. So here is our basics. And this is all how we start. Next, we're going to take the line tool, and we're just going to make 3 lines, just like this, straight vertical lines. Remember, if you press L, you'll automatically activate the line tool. And if you hold your mouse and drag it straight down, and then let go, it automatically terminates the line for you. So we're going to go again. Last one. All right. So now we're going to go back to dimension. And we're going to dimension the first one, this line, from here. And we want to dimension this at 3.175 millimeters. Okay. Now, the second line, we're going to dimension here, but we're going to dimension the next one double the first dimension. So you could do the math, or you can let it do it for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type 3.175, hit the little multiplication symbol right there above that number 8, and then I'm just going to type the number 2 millimeters, and bam, 6.35 millimeters. Okay. Then we're going to dimension the last one. And our last dimension is going to be at 3 times the second dimension. So I'm going to take 6.35 and multiply that by 3 millimeters. And there we go. Now we're going to take the line tool again. I'm going to hit the L key. And I'm going to put a line between these guys right here. There you go. And now that we have that there, we're going to come up here. And we're going to take our trim tool, and if you forget how to find a tool, just type it in here, and it automatically highlights. There you go, trim tool. Boom, knocks that out. And I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to take these 2 lines out. And now we have a basic shape. Now it still doesn't look like a train wheel. So we need to go ahead and do a fillet. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch fillet here. So now we're going to fillet these guys. And I'm going to take my sketch fillet tool, and I'm going to click on these 2 right here first. And then I'm going to take these 2 corners over here. And there I go. So we're going to fillet these to 1.588 or 1.5875 millimeters. So either one of these are 2 correct answers. Either way, they're going to come out the exact same numbers. So here are your measurements right there, 1.588, just like that. Okay, So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to take the circle tool, and starting right here, we're going to create a circle just like that. If you go right to the very top, you should get a diameter of this circle to be 6.35, just exactly like the height of the original shape. There we go. We're going to take the trim tool, and then we're just going to knock these parts out here and create that shape right there. Now, I'm going to finish the sketch, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and do one more thing. I'm going to rename this wheel sketch. Just for my own sake. Now we're going to take the revolve tool, and the first thing I want to do is I want to take the face, which is here, and then the revolution axis will be here. So now, once I click this, our shape is now created. So this is our wheel. However, it's not done yet. So I'm going to finish the revolve. Now I'm going to spin it to the back. Here you go. This case the bottom. Now it's not back in the center, but it's okay. Circle is going to have a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. And then my second circle is going to have a diameter of 31.75 millimeters. Now, again, it still doesn't look like a wheel, but comes the next trick. So I'm going to take my line tool here one more time, and I'm going to make 2 lines that go straight out to the second circle from the center point, okay? Just like that, okay? Now, we're going to dimension these two, but watch how I dimension it. I'm going to take from here to here. Now, if we dimension these lines at an angle, it automatically does a curve. So first one is going to be at 15. And then the second one is going to be at 30. And once you do that, you get this little nifty trick. Now I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to trim these 2 lines out, okay? And now that those are out, we are going to come in here, and we're going to use this to create a new shape. Now, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go to the linear pattern, come down to circular pattern, and I'm going to click on here and here, and you see it creates those lines. I'm going to take this, change it to 6, then I'm going to grab this point right here, and I'm going to drag it right into the middle, and now it's laid in right. And now, once I click, oh wait, we made a mistake. No, we didn't. I kind of messed you up there on purpose. So remember how I measured this at 30? Well, I dimensioned it to the wrong spot. So remember, when you're working in a CAD software like this, there's no real mistakes because everything is flexible. So I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to dimension it again. But this time, I'm going to dimension it from this guy here. Same dimensions, but watch what happens to everything else you use the circular pattern tool on. Ready? Boom. So everything automatically readjusted to you and your correction. So again, you don't have to restart this. It automatically fixed it for you. One mistake is not a killer. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish the sketch. And then I'm going to go to the extrude. And I'm going to go ahead and click on all of these alternating spots like that. And now we're going to remove them. And once we remove, and if you can leave it on blind or through all, you now have what looks like a train wheel. So now we're going to come back to the front, okay? Now I'm going to come back to the front of mine. And we are going to create a sketch on here. Now, here's our sketch. Now, remember that line I told you about? That line we created, right? Well, we're going to create another line going this way. Or if you want, I'm just going to spin this all the way around. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'll just create a new line in the sketch. So again, construction line, center, straight down to the bottom. And this is important because this sketch point is going to give you the proper position for the next part. So I'm going to take my circle tool. I'm going to make sure my construction line is off because we do not want that construction line. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on that bottom point where this line is, make a circle. And I want this line to be, the circle to be 6.35 millimeters. Okay, so that gives us our shape right there. And I'm going to finish this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude that. Now, because of the way this shape is, it gets a little tricky sometimes, so you just got to finagle it. So now we're going to extrude this, and we're going to extrude this to exactly 3.75. Yeah, 0.375. 0.375, I believe. Nope, I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's 0.375 inches, 0.375 inches. And when I do that, it automatically converts it to the right measurements because I'm using millimeters to 9.25. So don't be afraid about the measurement conversions because they automatically happen. And it automatically fits itself here, okay? So now we have that there. And we'll finish that sketch right there. So we have this right here. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create another sketch right on top. So if I right click on it, and I can use sketch right there. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take another circle. And I'm going to put it here on the center of the circle. And I'm going to make this circle have a diameter of 3.175. So the 0.175. There we go. And now that that's taken care of, we're going to finish that. And I'm just going to extrude this to a diameter, well, extrude it out to 6.35 millimeters. So 6.35 millimeters, 6.35 millimeters, like that. Okay. And now we need to do the last piece de resistance. And I can't even speak French, but I tried, and I failed. So now, sketch right here, okay? And now, we need to make another sketch on top there that we just did, and we are going to make one more circle here. So now that we have that right here, and we're gonna go ahead and extrude, but we're going to remove. And you see it automatically took it, but we have to change the distance here on this blind to a 6.35 millimeters. 6.35 millimeters. Go. And that should take care of what you need to do. Now, if I click on this, bing, bang, boom, we should be now done. So, what do you think? You think anything looks weird? All right, guys. So that concludes our train wheel. One last thing. Go ahead and rename your part to train wheel because you'll need that later. And also, go ahead and rename your part studio also when you have a chance so that you'll always be able to find it. Makes it easier in the long run because this is a lot of parts in here, and I always like to turn these off after I'm done because it makes it look a whole lot better. All right, and that is our train wheel. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.